It's Will Carlo, and today we doing another reaction video. But before we get into the video, wait, you can follow me on Instagram right here, and my Twitch is gonna be somewhere on the screen too. Make sure you follow both of them, and yeah, let's get into it. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the video. Like, hello. And today we reacted to rappers' craziest conspiracies. I'm tripping. Let's get right into it. Gotta get headphones.
From Twitter users claiming that Eminem is an industry plant, to the rumor that Drake had XXX Tentacion eliminated, these are some of rap's craziest conspiracies. First, let's start with hip-hop's dark connection to the Illuminati.
There's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their soul.
In 1971, the Illuminati's book trilogy would be released, reminding the world of the existence of the Illuminati.
Wait, what?
A secret organization comprised of
Illuminati book trilogy? That's a real thing?
The rich and powerful of the society
seeking
to control the world. The books were fictional adaptations, but were mixed in with enough truth to make it seem somewhat believable. However, by 1995, the Illuminati would make their first appearance in hip-hop through the rapper Prodigy and his line from I Shot Ya, saying,
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their arms.
This simple line was dished out in the middle of a triangle of beef involving Tupac, Prodigy, and Keith Murray. Unsurprisingly, the Illuminati rumors kicked off from there, since anything involving Tupac during that time spread like wildfire. It also didn't help that Tupac himself referenced the Illuminati in multiple songs, and he even explained how he first heard about them in prison and was against what they stood for.
That's why I put the K to it, because I wanted the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, the dollars gone. Right. That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident. Right. And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit.
Since that time, the Illuminati theory has only gotten stronger in hip-hop. From Jay-Z's Rock Nation hand sign depicting a triangle from the Eye of Providence, to Drake's OVO imprint depicting an owl, which was the preferred animal for the founders of the Illuminati. Everything down to Lil Wayne's tattoos and Kanye West's music video for Power have all been criticized by theorists for having satanic symbolism. But if you ask Kanye, it's all just a distraction from the real people who secretly run the world.
Where do I start? People ask me shit about Illuminati. First off, fuck that mean. When they think a nigga is stupid rich, people just start coming up with stupid shit.
When asked about his ties to the Illuminati in 2015, Kanye West said, if there was actually an Illuminati, it would be more like the energy companies, not celebrities that gave their life to music and who are pinpointed as decoys for people who really run the world. I'm tired of people pinpointing musicians as the Illuminati. However, some artists do quite the opposite, leaning into all the conspiracy theories and even claiming that they are part of the group.
This Illuminati flight school, you already heard me. He is in Illuminati, I'm in Illuminati.
Yeah, they said, did I sell my soul? Should I just tell them the truth?
I remember this, bro. I remember this.
It's time for me to just keep it 100 with y'all. Yes, they got me in this shit. I don't know. Oh my God. I can't get out of it. I'm getting too much money. I don't want to get out of it.
To this day, people aren't really sure whether the Illuminati actually exists or not. Still, most people seem to agree that there is some form of secret organization that influences the industry in some capacity. But where the conspiracy falls short is the idea that
Lil Nas X has to be one of the biggest downfalls of all time.
Every single successful person is a part of said organization.
You can't tell me
this
one
especially
that
holds true after the
bro.
release of Cat Williams' controversial interview earlier in 2024.
So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were gonna pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies.
Yeah, it's disrespectful when people act like they don't believe in God and hard work. It only seems like black people do that to each other.
It's like, how can you discredit these people for working all their motherfucking life, and now since they doing so well, they gotta have they gotta be down for them.
However, there's only one person in hip-hop that we can truly label as the devil. He's said to have crushed anyone who got in his in hip-hop that we can truly label as the devil. He's said to have
I know his name. Hold on. Suge?
crushed anyone who got in his way, and is currently in prison serving out a 28-year sentence. You see, most people believe that the rap godfather Eazy-E died of HIV, and while this is pretty believable, being that he was known to live a promiscuous lifestyle, fathering 7 children with 6 different women, some people like hip-hop legend Frost strongly believe that there was way more to his passing than people let on.
No girl has ever came forward saying that they got the AIDS virus from Eazy or taint thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened with Eazy getting AIDS, and I believe this to this day, and I don't care if you guys got it on film, you could tell the world, they gave him tainted needles with acupuncture needles that tainted him and gave it to him because he got hurt in Honda Valley on quad runners, and he was riding quads. And what happened is that someone
eliminating someone with
know the name
HIV,
I don't want to say that name, it's the devil's name. But
needles is actually
another person in rap. If you know your history
how
in rap,
sick do you have to be to even think of that?
If you know your history in rap or West Coast rap, you'll know who I'm saying.
What's weird about Eazy-E's death is just how quickly he succumbed to the illness. From a diagnosis in February to a death certificate in March, it didn't make sense for him to pass on that quickly, especially because he was said to be perfectly fine and normal in the months leading up to the diagnosis. Another interesting thing to note is that his wife and kid born a year prior didn't get the disease.
How could somebody die that fast of AIDS? Have you even heard of somebody dying in 2 weeks of AIDS, bro? Come on, man.
2 weeks?
This is unheard of, bro. It was like, I'm in the hospital, I contracted the AIDS
everybody's
virus.
Seen this movie.
2 weeks later, March 26th or whatever, I fall out and I die.
To give some context as to why this theory holds some water, it's important to note that the late 80s to early 90s were a time where the entire hip-hop scene was being run by the NWA crew, who were signed through Eazy-E and his Ruthless Records label. However, things went sour between his crew when Dr. Dre figured out they were getting exploited by Eazy-E and his manager Jerry Heller. Dr. Dre tried to leave the predatory deal, but was denied exit by Eazy-E, and that's when Dr. Dre brought in Suge Knight, a retired football player with a lot of street ties, who was just dipping his feet into the music industry. He was brought in to handle the situation and get Dre out of the contract with Ruthless Records so he could sign with Death Row. But this would mark the beginning of Suge Knight's notorious run in the music industry. It was said that he allegedly threatened Eazy-E and his manager with baseball bats, and when he didn't give in, Suge Knight pulled a piece of paper with his mom's address on it, forcing him to release Dr. Dre. After this, it was said that Eazy-E was planning to get rid of Suge Knight, but was convinced not to by his manager since they were still making
that nigga worse than Eazy. That nigga worse than Eazy. Nah. That nigga worse than Eazy. He put a paper with his mom's address in a baseball bat. Nigga, you have his mom's address. Why do you need the bat?
A ton of money off selling records, and it wouldn't be worth it if he ended up in jail. But sadly, it seemed like the devil got him first. After recording Real Motherfucking G's, which was a diss track on Dr. Dre. Fast forward all these years later, and now there's a long-running conspiracy theory that Suge Knight was actually the one who killed Eazy-E by injecting the NWA legend with AIDS. And this theory would only intensify in 2003 when Suge Knight made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live following his release from jail. During the interview, he shockingly revealed that his preferred method of eliminating someone was by injecting them with AIDS rather than shooting them,
say that
and
live.
even referred to it as the Eazy-E thing.
It's a new thing, right? Yeah. See, if somebody gonna do something about it, technology is so high, right? Right. So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So the kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they get blood from somebody with AIDS.
Yo, you know what this remind me of? Whenever rappers was snitching on themselves in songs. He's talking about this shit live? Hello? You telling...
Yeah. And then they shoot you with it.
Oh, so that seems bad.
That's a slow death.
Yeah.
The Eazy-E thing, you know?
He has a bulletproof vest on. This nigga funny.
However, one of the group's main members, Ice Cube, broke his silence on this rumor in May of 2023 on the Impulsive podcast, where he said, "It wouldn't be a hip-hop conspiracy video if we didn't talk about one of the most impulsive podcasts," where he said, "It wouldn't be a hip-hop..."
What'd he say? What'd he say? No, come on, bro. Yo, he's edging. Are you dead ass?
conspiracy video if we didn't talk about one of the most controversial artists to ever emerge from the genre. As Eminem rapidly began dominating hip-hop since he teamed up with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine in 1997, some people believe that his placement in the game was orchestrated by the elites. And instead of him making it to the top through his lyricism or song-making abilities, the white rapper from Detroit, Michigan became one of the earliest examples of industry plants infiltrating the music scene. According to Wikipedia, the term industry plant commonly refers to musicians who quickly find success regardless of skill or merit, and purposely describe themselves as self-made and independent despite being heavily supported by a record label, or having other resources and connections to the music industry that they intentionally hide, while also being more focused on business than artistic expression. If you've listened to Eminem for any period of time, you would immediately be able to tell that none of these terms could be used to describe Eminem. While it might seem like he had a quick rise to fame because of the Dr. Dre cosign, people fail to mention the years he spent on the battle rap scene, scrapping by for any opportunity he could get.
Great can come from anywhere. When the intern in my office says to me, I saw this guy at the rap battle last night. I said, if you get me a CD, I will give it to Dre.
I would go to Jimmy's house and have listening sessions. He was trying to help me figure out where I was gonna go with my music. And he would take me down to his garage. There was cassette tapes everywhere. And I remember him picking up this cassette tape. He pops this in. And I was like, what the fuck and who the fuck is that? Rewind that, play that again.
It's no surprise that industry greats like 50 Cent always seem to come to his defense whenever people cast doubt on him because of his race.
Hip-hop is black music, without question.
Now that I look at it, kind of like this nigga Drake put on a couple of famous niggas.
And unfortunately for some people, it's tough to accept that you got a white artist that does it better than black artists. It is what it is. You know, and you could put either one. You could get whoever you feel like is the best black artist and stand them face to face in a room with them.
Not today, not
and
today.
They will eat that alive. Right now, if you had them prepare themselves in whatever way they would have to prepare themselves to come to battle, and I bet what I have, everything I have.
But this doesn't stop people like Lord Jamar from trying to discredit Eminem's entire career whenever he's in front of the camera.
And at the end of the day, a lot of their success comes from the machine's bias towards their skin color. And they have to know that and realize that. Don't let your fucking sales fool you, because sales have nothing to do with how good you are. That's just how sellable you are. That's just, you're easy to sell. That doesn't mean you're quality.
However, Eminem has propagated a few conspiracies on his own. In his viral 2018 MGK diss track, Eminem spits, "Bakels, the day you put out a hit is the day that Diddy admits that he put out the hit that got Pac killed." Although he claimed his bar was just a joke at the end of the song, the seeds were already planted and it got people talking about the mysterious murderer of Tupac Shakur. You see, Tupac and Suge Knight had been in beef with Diddy of Bad Boy Records, which involved a lot of gang violence between the two camps. So when Tupac died in 1996, a lot of fingers were pointed towards Diddy as one of the prime suspects. At the time, there wasn't any proof of evidence tying Diddy to the crime. But as the years went by,
does Diddy get out this year? When is Diddy getting out, bro? I know that's not Michael Jackson, One Glove. Take that shit off. No.
With more and more people piecing together the story, a documentary would be released claiming that Diddy was responsible for the crime. When he discussed the documentary on The Breakfast Club, his response only fueled further suspicions.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
Sure, brother.
So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed.
This reaction from Diddy got people saying stuff like this in the comments. I've only done 1 year of psychology class, and I can tell something isn't right.
Bro,
I've been around many liars in my lifetime. Puff lying. Body language speaks volumes. Fast forward to 2024, and there's no need to ponder anymore. As with all the new information coming to light about Diddy's many crimes and the alleged killer of Tupac's name dropping Diddy, it's pretty safe to say that Diddy was involved in some capacity.
Keffe D is now charged with ordering Tupac Shakur's murder. Keffe D told the cops.
Now let me ask you a question. How many of y'all seen that Diddy documentary? I know you seen it. I know you've seen it.
Years ago, the Combs offered $1 million to anyone willing to kill Tupac Shakur and Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight. It's important to note that Sean Combs has never ever been charged in connection to Tupac Shakur's death, but his name came up many times in the grand jury testimony that led to Keefe D being charged. The night that Tupac Shakur was killed, a witness testified that Eric Zip Martin, an associate of Sean Combs, gave Keefe D the gun the night that Tupac was shot.
While that mystery can be said to be solved, the fans of the deceased rapper XXXTentacion proposed another conspiracy theory involving Drake. The theory that Drake killed XXXTentacion didn't just come out of nowhere. In fact, Drake and X had been involved in the beef since Drake's hit song KMT came out, which X claimed was a copy of his flow of his hit song Look At Me, while the young rapper was in prison. And believe it or not, this is a claim that a lot of people seem to agree with.
Drake hit up a DJ that I fuck with, and bruh told me, he was like, yo, the nigga Drake watched your interview, he said he fuck with you, he saying he go call your manager within the next few days. Okay. So I'm amped up.
I think it's because did they ever do a song together? Did they?
Nigga, I fuck with Drake. Yeah. You feel me? Drake a genius. Initially, he was supposed to contact one of my managers, so he doesn't do it. That same fucking week, bro.
Okay. Demon just got out. I gave my bro an advance.
I feel like even if they did make a song, like Drake was gonna steal it. I feel like that's what Drake does regardless. Like he makes songs with people and then like just mixes their flow with his. You feel me?
Love is just not in my plan. I hear da in my den. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You can take his verse like they did a mashup.
I bet you was your mess. Can't keep my dick in my pants.
The cadence is literally just at the same tempo. It's not offbeat at all.
Now, it's important to note that X's flow on Look At Me is also very similar to Lil Uzi's song Super Saiyan Trunks, which was many months earlier before Look At Me. So it's not valid to say the flow was copied if he might have copied it from someone else as well. Anyways, things would heat up between them as X would now begin to mention Drake's mother and trash Drake for his fake accents. But Drake did not engage with any of the provocations.
Hey, tell Drake, mom, I want some tapioca pudding. Hey, tell this pussy nigga Drake, stop speaking patois. You are not Jamaican. I'm a real fucking Jamaican. I'm from fucking Kingston. All of my family is from Kingston. Stop stealing my people's culture.
However, Drake's homie 600 Breezy from Chicago would get involved in the beef, which is now the main piece of evidence people are using to tie Drake to X's death.
Anytime I asked my homie, can I get on somebody's ass, he always say no, and this time he just gave me a shrug, like it's whatever, because he tweaked.
Which X responded saying,
I got a couple niggas that'll knock you off in your own city. In your own fucking city.
However, when XXXTentacion was killed in a Bosch robbery, the Drake feature on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode was released. XXXTentacion's friend Tankhead started to spread this conspiracy that Drake was responsible for XXXTentacion's death and was mocking him in the music video. Tankhead pointed to a scene in the video where a figure resembling XXXTentacion gets crushed by a meteor. However, academics later debunked this theory.
Drake did not fucking do it. Drake is not.
However, a video where a figure resembling
That's literally X. That's X.
XXXTentacion.
Nigga, that's X, bro. What are you talking about?
It's crushed by a meteor. However, academics later debunked this theory.
What? Drake did not fucking do
Nobody lives to academics, nigga.
Instructions when it comes to video. Travis Scott takes very much pride in crafting his videos and working with his team to come up with a visual experience. Drake is not coming on set like, yo, let's get a scene and a lookalike for X that I could throw another shot at this guy who died.
But the conspiracies only got stronger during that time, as people would begin to look through Drake's music and begin insinuating that Drake was making references after having X killed. He has lines like this from his song Upset where he says, I go out on tour and I say I'm drinking less, end up getting loose and getting pictures from my XXXX, SMS XXX. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck, which can easily be interpreted as taking pictures of girls as biddies or XXXTentacion. who got shot in the neck.
Maybe
More
it was just a
recently, he
mistaken
alluded to
bar.
the shooting of X again on his album Her Loss, which was described perfectly by my good friend Mario Perez.
This is probably one of the most controversial disses on Her Loss.
Maybe I should do it 20,
Maybe I should do it 20, do it 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do it 5, do it 5, do it 5 again.
If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. Damn.
Now, this could be directed at anybody, but when you break down the lyrics, maybe I should break that 20, you get 2 10s. Do a 5, if it gets live, do another 5, you now have 3 10s. 3 10s is 3 X's in Roman numerals. And we all know who dissed Drake and his mom on live. XXX Tentacion.
What made it even worse was the fact that before
I heard
X
this-
died,
I heard about
he
this
put out
one.
an Instagram story saying,
I've
if
had-
anyone
I
tries to
did
kill
it.
me, it was Champagne Poppy, aka Drake. I'm snitching right now. To this day, a significant number of people believe Drake has something to do with the murder, especially since he was named in the court
bro.
documents for X's
It
case
might be.
last year. But that's not the only conspiracy
Wait, what?
theory Drake was named in the court documents for X's case last year. But that's not the only conspiracy theory Drake seems to be a part of. After getting cooked on Pusha T's earth-shattering diss track, Story of Adidon, it was rumored that Drake had laid down a vicious response for both Pusha and Kanye, who had gotten himself involved in the beef. However, Jay Prince, label boss of Drake's label boss, said that he had to step in to stop it since it went too far.
You know, my reasons for pulling the plug and having that conversation with him to pull the plug was simply because it crossed the line of music, you know what I mean? And that's a song, I'm sure everybody heard it by now, that's disrespecting Drake mama, his daddy, you know, his friend that's sick, 40, that crosses the line of music. You know, not only that, from a business perspective, for Drake to have to go somewhere out of his character to do what I know what
Wait, he
he's
talked
about
to
to do
Kanye?
to Kanye, and both of them would have been damaging. You know what I mean? And I spoke with Kanye.
Right.
So Kanye, you know, he explained to me, man, I'm a family man, and I don't want this either. You know, and me and Kanye got a history.
But as we know, in 2024, things are not looking good for Drake in the diss battle side of things, despite him stooping to the opponent's level. However, on a lighter note, we have a conspiracy that Gucci Mane got
Rise, bro. W video. Look at Drake, Champagne Poppy.